Since the first application for a CO2 pipeline was filed in the state of South Dakota, many meetings and conversations have been taking place. In some cases, there is growing tension on both sides. Today, I-Team reporter Beth Warden hears from county commissioners. They describe interactions with lobbyists when others are not around.
County commissioners are getting an earful from both landowners and pipeline representatives for and against CO2 pipelines. In Minnehaha County, Commissioner Joe Kipley has met with many people.
But I've sat down with landowner groups that have all sorts of different concerns. I've had conversations with both pipelines, just to be frank and open and honest, because I'm taking feedback from everybody. They came and testified to our planning commission and said many of the same things they said to me in private. So it's not like, I don't think anybody's hiding the ball on their arguments of what they're trying to make the case for.
In March of 2022, the Spink County Commission discussed CO2 pipeline Summit Carbon Solutions setbacks and pipeline depth. The commission has a policy that no private meetings are to be held with anyone outside of their meetings. Commissioner Suzanne Smith recalls a Summit Carbon Solutions representative approaching her while others were not close by.
He said to me, Suzanne, if you think you're going to go deeper than 4 feet on this pipeline through your county, he said, you're going to get sued. The rest of the commission will be sued, and the county of Spink will be sued. And I looked at him, I said, well, that's a great way to start a relationship.
Those prophetic words came to pass. The commissioners decided on a moratorium. Each commissioner and the county now face lawsuits from Summit Carbon Solutions. In Lincoln County last February, Chair of the Planning and Zoning Board, Wendy Hogan, recalls a straightforward meeting. Residents requested a setback of 2,100 feet from the pipeline and any structure.
A lot of public comment. We went through everything, did our discussions, and it did pass unanimously. The representatives for the pipeline didn't show up for that first meeting, even though it was legally, publicly, in the papers.
Hogan says the Lincoln County Commission, having authority over planning and zoning, told them to reconsider just a few weeks later.
An executive session. And when they came out, then Commissioner Ahrens had said he made the motion to remand it back to us,
to allow proponents of the pipeline to be present. Hogan says the request was highly unusual. She also believes Commissioner Ahrens should recuse himself, as he has represented the lobbyist for another matter in court. Last month, a by-invitation-only event was circulated to Brown, Edmonds, and McPherson County Commissioners at the request of Summit Carbon Solutions. One official noted in an email that the meeting was described as high-level and confidential. The invitation was to 2 commissioners in an apparent attempt to avoid a quorum.
They kind of indicated that they wanted to discuss some late-breaking news or facts that they could present.
Commissioner Dwayne Sutton attended the meeting but wonders why it was called.
It ended up being about a 2-hour meeting. They had a lot of good information, but it wasn't any information that I felt couldn't have been made public in a public meeting.
Neighboring Iowa Commissioner Larry Saylor says he has experienced more pressure from the pipeline lobbyists than residents.
I have been surrounded by pipeline people in person talking to me and trying to convince me how great it is.
We asked Summit Carbon Solutions about the meetings and received this response. Compliance with open meeting laws is incumbent on the individuals to whom the laws apply. Summit Carbon Solutions trusts these individuals understand their legal obligation and will conduct themselves appropriately. In Sioux Falls, Beth Warden, Dakota News Now.